Continue watching if you seek a fate like mine. As the smell of dinner wafted through the air, an unfamiliar tension lingered in the room. My parents exchanged secretive glances, a hidden unease simmering beneath their expressions. Though I was just 12, I sensed an unusual undercurrent. Our family dinners, typically filled with laughter, now carried a strange weight. Laughter had given way to discomfort. Normally, our evenings were filled with shared joy and a hearty appetite, but tonight was different. Tonight, there was an unspoken darkness looming over us. The usual smiles that adorned my parents' faces were replaced by looks of concern and sadness. It was a stark contrast to the usual warmth that enveloped our dining table. As we ate, my curiosity grew stronger. My mother abruptly excused herself, her footsteps fading up the stairs and down the hallway. With her absence, I seized the moment to ask my father about the strange atmosphere. He let out a sigh, his gaze heavy with worry. "Dad, something's not right. What's happening?" I inquired, my voice quivering. My father leaned in, his voice hushed as if sharing a secret. "Listen closely, kiddo. Just trust me, okay?" I nodded, understanding the significance of his words. Though I wanted to inquire further, I recognized the need to respect his moment of solitude. Suppressing my curiosity, I continued eating. My thoughts raced as minutes dragged on like hours. Finally, the urge became too strong to ignore. I excused myself and climbed the stairs, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and curiosity. Entering my parents' room, I found my mother kneeling on the closet floor. Her face was pale, her actions nervous and secretive. My voice trembled as I questioned her, a mix of fear and anger coursing through me. She covered my mouth gently, her eyes pleading for silence. In a soft tone, she implored, "Stay quiet, my love. Do you trust me?" I nodded, a reluctant agreement exchanged between us. In that moment, I realized that there were things I didn't yet understand. Our eyes locked for a lingering moment, an unspoken understanding passing between us. Her lips moved, forming words barely audible. "The man downstairs is not your father." Confusion clouded my thoughts, struggling to process her revelation. My mother had never shown any inclination towards violence, and the thought of her handling a gun was foreign to me. Before I could question her further, she pushed me into the closet, her touch both urgent and gentle. The metallic sound of bullets loading filled the room, my gaze fixed on her as she prepared the weapon. As seconds stretched into minutes, a sense of dread settled within me. Her words weighed heavily on my mind, the weight of her revelation both shocking and unsettling. Minutes turned into eternity as my mother's footsteps echoed down the stairs. I strained to hear every sound from the room below, my heart racing with a mix of anticipation and fear. The moments passed in tense silence, each second stretching as I grappled with the gravity of the situation. Then, the nightmare began to unfold. The first sound that shattered the silence was a scream, my mother's voice, filled with fear and panic. Her desperate cries mingled with other indistinct noises, forming a discordant symphony of horror. Amid the chaos, a gunshot cracked the air, signaling the eruption of violence below. The room reverberated with the sounds of movement and struggle, accompanied by shattering crashes. My mother's pleas were interwoven with guttural tones that seemed to emanate from the depths of nightmares. Two voices, one eerily familiar and the other monstrous, clashed in an unholy duet. The chilling realization crept over me, my mother's earlier words were true. That thing downstairs was not my father. Beneath the chilling chaos, I heard the sickening sounds of bones breaking, a grim symphony of destruction playing out below. The minutes that followed etched an indelible picture of horror in my mind. My mother's desperate struggle, her cries for mercy, were swallowed by an unseen malevolence. The image of her battling an unimaginable evil seared into my memory. As the room below transformed from a battleground into an abyss of quiet, I strained to hear any sign of life. But all that remained was a haunting stillness, a void that absorbed the cries and struggles that had echoed so violently. My mother's desperate screams were silenced, replaced by an eerie hush. Trapped in the darkness of the closet, I felt the grip of an otherworldly evil. The truth crashed over me like a tidal wave. The man I believed to be my father was something else entirely. And the sinister force that had overtaken our home was beyond comprehension.